David Prutton returns with his latest round of predictions ahead of this weekend's Sky Bet EFL matches. But who is our resident expert tipping for victory? Read on to find out. Bristol City v Aston Villa, Friday 7 p.m, live on Sky Sports Football. Bristol City seem to have plenty of firepower and always look capable of outscoring their opponents, which is an impressive feat considering they lost Tammy Abraham. Lee Johnson would look up to a manager like Steve Bruce, but Aston Villa have had a bit of a resurgence, and I fancy them to carry that on at Ashton Gate on Friday night. Prutton predicts 1-2-3 with Henry Lansbury to score first, 145/1 with Sky Bet, August 25, 2017, 7 p.m. live on Nottingham Forest v Leeds, Saturday 5:15 p.m, live on Sky Sports Football. This is so tough for me to call. I have a lot of love for both of my former clubs, and I'm struggling to split the two. It should be a cracking game at the City Ground, with plenty of attacking football from both sides. I'm going for a high-scoring draw. Prutton predicts 2-2-2 with Daryl Murphy to score first, 55/1 with Sky Bet, August 26, 2017, 5:15 p.m. live on Barnsley v Sunderland, Saturday 3 p.m. I was quite surprised with Sunderland against Leeds, as I would have thought they'd be tougher to beat at home after a decent start to the season. For Barnsley it's got to be about staying up, after being comprehensively dismantled. Paul Heckingbottom is the kind of manager you want to root for, and I fancy them to bounce back and cause a bit of a shock here with victory. Prutton predicts 1-2-0, 10/1 with Sky Bet, Brentford v Wolves, Saturday 3 p.m. A great result for Wolves in midweek, even with all the changes, and a great response to losing against Cardiff last weekend. The place will be buzzing, after beating Southampton and Nuno looked in a far better mood. Brentford have had a tough start, and have been playing far better than their results would suggest, and I reckon a draw at Griffin Park. Prutton predicts 1-1, 11/2 with Sky Bet, Cardiff v QPR, Saturday 3 p.m. Neil Warnock will be fired up for this one. Big time. It'll be a tough game for Cardiff despite their fantastic start in the championship, and you reckon they'll be too powerful for QPR? Ian Holloway's side had a poor result in midweek in the Carabao Cup, but their league campaign has started well. Even so, this should be a home win. Prutton predicts 2-1, 15/2 with Sky Bet, Ipswich v Fulham, Saturday 3 p.m. If this game was last season you'd fancy a relatively comfortable away win. But Ipswich are flying at the moment with Martin Waghorn and Joe Gardner ripping it up. Fulham are still without a win, and, to be honest, they could have done with one against Bristol Rovers in the Carabao Cup in midweek. I think Mick McCarthy's men will keep on rolling here. Prutton predicts 2-0, 16/1 with Sky Bet, Middlesbrough v Preston, Saturday 3 p.m. It was a bit of an off day for Bridas Ombalanga last weekend on his return to Nottingham Forest. He looks like he let it get to him, but normal service should be resumed. Preston have started well under Alex Neil, but Middlesbrough have been strong at home so far, and you back them for another 3 points on Saturday. Prutton predicts 2-0, 13/2 with Sky Bet, Millwall v Norwich, Saturday 3 p.m. Norwich have been a tough team to call so far this year. Whenever you back them for a result they seem to struggle a little, and they are still finding their feet under Daniel Farke. Millwall are unlucky not to have got a win yet, and I think Neil Harris' side will get the 3 points here. Prutton predicts 1-2-0, 8/1 with Sky Bet, Wigan v Portsmouth, Saturday 3 p.m. The Paul Cook Derby. Wigan's new boss has had a fantastic start at the DW Stadium this season and he'll be relishing the visit of his old team, where he did such a good job last year. 3 wins from 3 for the Latics so far, and I can't see anything but another victory on Saturday. Portsmouth will fancy their chances, but the home side will be too much for them. Prutton predicts 2-0, 15/2 with Sky Bet, Swindon v Crawley, Saturday 3 p.m. Crawley have had a tough start to life under Harry Kewell, who has found it difficult himself so far in the managerial hot seat. Swindon, meanwhile,
have recovered well from relegation, and you reckon they'll carry that on here? Prutton predicts 2-1, 7/1 with Sky Bet. A massive £1 million remains unclaimed in Super 6. All you have to do to scoop the prize is predict the scores of the 4:3 PM games in the Premier League and Birmingham v Reading and Sheffield United v Derby in the Sky Bet Championship. It's free to play, so get your entry in before kick-off for the chance to win. Enter here.